risk levels are the same whether sexual experience happens inside or outside committed relationship. Well, so here's what that means, and I'll read the bottom part here. Simply put, it appears that it does not matter if a person's sexual experience before marriage is gained in a series of committed relationships or in a series of casual hookups. Either, both types of sexual experiences appear to have a cumulative negative impact on later marital satisfaction, sexual satisfaction, and marital stability. Boom. I don't know if you guys realize how impacting that is because women like to be, the thing is to be serial monogamy, right? And so the ones who are not outright just hoe phasing it, when they get out of that, maybe that phase, for a lot of girls, it might last a year and a half. Well, then what they do is they do serial monogamy, and they justify what they do. They go, well, I'm always in a relationship when I'm hooking, I've only done a one night stand once or twice, but I'm always like with somebody in a relationship. Oh, okay.
And it's hoe phase light. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Hoe phase light. They're in relationship 1 for 2.5 months, relationship 2 for 5, relationship 3 for 3. You know what I mean? Like, and they're justifying what they do.
Sorry, these aren't even fucking relationships.
No.
These girls are getting pumped and dumped. And guys, typically, if there's problems in your life, you'll typically occur for like 2 to 4 months.
Yeah.
She'll call it a relationship. She's like, oh, he's my boyfriend, and blah, 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 blah. And we're totally in love. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just fucking this bitch, and she's retarded. So
yeah,
I'm gonna keep her around and get all this free pussy I can until I'm fucking done of her craziness. And then I'm gonna kick her to the fucking curb because that's what guys will do, because the best pussy is a new pussy, but that new pussy smell fades away after 2 to 6 months max.
Old and musty. No, I'm just kidding.
And typically her because another thing is this: women who are typically involved, dating apps, hookup culture, this kind of shit, they have mental problems, and eventually those mental problems get to the point where the guy's like, I don't want to deal with this crazy bitch anymore. Block, ghost, see you later. And then what happens? He was a toxic narcissist.
Oh, yeah.
He loved me. I was just perfect. Blah, blah, blah. And what do they do? Then they recover. How do they recover? Go get some more. Chop. And then, okay, now I got down by some fucking guy in Jamaica and then Mexico and then my coworker. Okay, now I'm healed. I'm ready to get back on Bumble and do it again. Oh, I'm so cleaned up in my trauma.
Yeah.
And they just do this all the way into their 30s, 40s, 50s until they can own 100 cats and die alone.
Yeah. Well, right. Or worse, get into a relationship with a guy, get married, and then ruin his life, and then try to rinse and repeat their 20s when they're 40, 45 years old, right? Like, and it's just incredible stuff. And again, it's not to shame women, dude. I feel bad for women for having been conditioned and taught that this is the way to be successful. I lose that benevolence though when women want to argue with me about it instead of look at the actual, the what the truth is and the data, the research, the numbers. I lose that benevolence for that reason, for the reason that I'm not going to let some hoe that won't admit to her problems and that's so solipsistic and selfish and narcissistic with her approach to the marketplace, maintain this narrative just for her self-esteem when there's a ton of women out there who are suffering, right? And men that are suffering too because of how these, getting into it with these women. And they need to make changes, and they need to start making changes now. Whether they have been through 2 bodies or 50, you got to change it now, or you're not going to do well. You're going to be how happy is high Britney Spears right now? Like, I feel bad for her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna, cry over it or lose sleep, but you feel bad over that. Like, that's not, have empathy for that. So like anyone who wants to come onto your channel, come onto my channel, call us misogynists, say that we're whatever, that we don't, we hate women. It's absolute bullshit. We're having these conversations because we want both men and women to be successful in their relationships. we coach men, but if there aren't healthy women out there to be with, well, then what, then we're going to have a different type of coaching session. It's going to be a struggle. So we want more healthy women. We want more women to take accountability for this.